to adjust the edges of my geometry. This is just a good practice to get used to when you're developing your models, is you want the geometry to flow as well as it can. So what we'll need to do is we'll need to adjust the edge loops here so that they're nice and straight. Now to select an edge loop, all you have to do is double click on it and it'll select the entire set of edges. As we can see here from our side or from our perspective view, it selected that entire set. So if you ever need to adjust the edge, you can simply select it and you can transform it and manipulate those edges any way you see fit. But in our case here, we need to adjust the edges here, here, and here. So we're going to start with the top view. To make sure my snap to grid is selected, so that way when I snap to the grid it'll align them all in the same area. But we also need to go to our move tool here, double click on the move tool to activate its options, and make sure that underneath the move snap settings that the restrain component spacing is turned off. If the restrain component spacing is turned on and I try to snap these items and try to align them, you see it's retaining the component spacing of these items. So if you want to move the components without adjusting the spacing between them, you just leave that activated. But for us, we need to turn that off so that way it'll snap and align itself to the edges, as you can see right there, or to the edge of the grid. So see, this is perfectly flushed with the grid line. So they're all nice and aligned. You can pretty much align anything like that. As far as your components go, your edges, your vertices, your faces, whatever you need to align. Now I need to align let's switch to the side view here. Now I need to align these edges here. Move it into place, double click on the edge there and move it into place. Take a look at it from the perspective view. Everything looks good. Gonna turn restrain component spacing back on and deselect my snap to grids or snap to grid. Alright. Now next video we'll align the vertices so that jives up more with the actual image that we're using as a guide.